This is workflow for adding drill holes to panels. In this first example, we have an AO panel that we're just going to fit on a wall. So we need perimeter drill holes. Because we're putting drill holes on it, we will need a cut path. Check with your account manager whether we want radius corners or not. In this case, we'll just go square cut. Once the path's been added, go to page, add drills, script 1, add drill holes. X in. Default fitting is 6mm. You can change the quantities, you can change the inset, you can add a template. In this instance we won't bother. And there we have perimeter drill holes on the file. That's now ready to go down into production. Let's say rather than a panel on the wall, let's say this is going to have sign channel on it, and it's going to go on some posts. So we need to do drilling for sign channel, well, rivet holes for sign channel. That's slightly different. I'm going to put round corners on it this time because it's a raised sign and we don't want people to be catching their hands on the corner of the ACM. And now we're going to add rivet holes for sign channel. This is slightly different. On the job bag you'll have a sign channel length. It's usually 50mm shorter than the width of the file, so 50mm on each edge. We then need to come in an extra 25mm before we do the first drill holes. So we're going to be 75 in from the edge. The distance from the top and the bottom is variable. It depends on the design. We usually try and get to within 100 to 150mm of the edge, but again it also will depend on the size of the panel. So on this one I think we'll come 100mm down and we'll put 2 pieces of sign channel, one at the top and one at the bottom. So if I just run the script, artwork is full scale. We don't want to add a cut because we've already done it. Rivets per channel, we normally go every 750mm, so we'll leave it at 3, 2 sign channels. Our positioning is 75-75, and we'll leave the top and bottom rail at 100mm. So rather than adding the drill holes around the perimeter, we now have a line of drill holes across there and a line of drill holes across there. That's now ready for production. In this next example, this is a 2m by 2m stack sign. So we want to split the file in half. We will have, on each half, we'll have 3 pieces of sign channel. The center channel will be interlock. And on the bottom panel, we want to miss that text. So the first thing we need to do is split the file into 2. If we go into our cut and crop section, into folder 11, split artwork vertically, pretty much you're either going to split it into 2 or 3 parts. I've never done a split into 4 vertically because the wind calculation doesn't work out. We can either split into 2 unequal panels, or we can split, as we want to do here, into 2 equal panels. I'm going to add the cut path on, and we want 3mm bleed. And there we have a 2-page document that's now been split up. At this point, what you want to do is extract them out as separate files. We want to go into our split. I'm going to then go down to our Finder. Going to split. So we've got rename these now. So we have our top panel and rename to bottom panel. So if we look at our top panel first, again, drill hole positioning, rivet holes is the same. So we want to be coming in 75 from the top, from the left and right, probably 150 from the top. We want a middle channel, and we want an interlock at the bottom. So now if we go back up to our drills and do rivet holes for sign channel again, but this time we're going to have 4 rivets per channel because of the width. We want 3 sine channels, 75 in from our edges. Our top rail we're going to put 150. Our bottom rail we want to specify as interlock. And what that will do is it will do an exact spacing for the interlock channel at the bottom. And if we fit to page, oops, not actual size, fit width and fit one full page, you can just about see a line of rivets there. There's a midline of rivets there, and then there's a very close line of rivets at the bottom. So we can't quite see them, but they are there. Let's look at, before we go to, oh yeah, okay, so what we also need to do, let's say we save that out and that goes down to production, but it's really helpful for the guys downstairs if they can see where the sine channel goes. So on a copy of the file, there's some visual scripts, and what we want to do is run add sine channel visual. We need to put in the size of the side channel. You'll find this on the job bag. It's usually 100mm shorter than the width of the channel. You'll need to put in all the numbers again. 3 channels, 75, 75, 150, interlock bottom edge. What this does is it greys out the image slightly. It shows the guys downstairs where the channel's going to go. It shows in blue what's sine channel and it shows what's in green as interlock. And it really does help the guys in production if they get one of those printed out so they know what they're doing. I also usually make a note on the printout of the width of the sine channel because it's quite well hidden on the job bag. The next thing we've got to do, if we look at the bottom sine channel, we've got an issue here. When I open it up and go to fit one full page, when we put our middle line of rivets in, it's going to go straight through that text. So what we need to do is we need to do this in 2 parts. We'll put a top rail and a bottom rail in, but we'll specify the middle position separately. So let's just put in our add rivet holes to sine channel. 4, we're going to leave it at 2 this time because we only want the top and bottom channels in. 75, 75. Our top rail needs to be interlock top edge, and our bottom rail will go to 150 again. So we now have a rivet line there going across, and we have a rivet line at the top that's specially placed for the interlock. What we haven't got is we haven't got any middle rivets in. So I want a line of rivets that goes just above that text. So the first thing we need to do is take a measurement. So we've got 610mm to that point there. So now if we add in our item 11, add drill holes X mil up from the bottom. If we run that, number of drill holes was 4, drill positions was 75, and up from the bottom 610. And we now have a drill hole position going there, there, just in that guitar, and just in that box there. So that those rivets, when they put on, will miss the text. And again, for the visuals for those, we would run sine channel visual, put in the width, put in the number of rivets, and we'd again have to do this in 2 parts. So top rail is going to be interlock, so we'll set that in a minute. Bottom rail was 150. There's our interlock. And then up from the bottom, 1900, 4, 75, 75, and 610. And there's our interlock from the bottom. So that will clearly show the guys downstairs as again. That's not ideally positioned. I mean, you could ask the designer to nudge the text. But yeah, that's drilling for the side channel.